Hello, welcome to this video from the Cancro Mandola Project video channel. My name is James Mandola, and a little full disclosure here at the beginning. This was originally supposed to be a live broadcast, but I just found out a little while ago that YouTube has a policy that creators must have certain number of shorts published before they could, I guess, earn the privilege to do a live broadcast. So this is just going to be a video that I'm going to record here, and then I'm going to throw it up on the channel unedited. So I'm going to treat it like live, like we're just having a live conversation, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so it was meant to be live. It's not really live, but let's just pretend it's live and nobody will know any better. Okay, good. So anyway, little history lesson. What is the Cancro Mandola Project? What is this channel all about? Why do these videos exist? What is this crazy music and these crazy videos on here? What is this all about? Who's it for? Why does it matter? Alright, so as I said, my name is James Mandola. I am a 57-year-old man. I grew up in the Bronx, New York. Went to Christopher Columbus High School, and back in 1983 is when I first met Vinny, who turned out to be my best friend, my brother, and at times my fiercest rival, as brothers will be sometimes. But, so in 1983, hanging around with some friends on Morris Park, and we're looking for a place to go roll a joint, and so we go down to Hunt Avenue. We see this dude standing up against the car, wearing a Judas Priest shirt, listening to boombox, an 8-track boombox of all things, with like Deep Purple or something. And so my friend at the time, George, that I was hanging around with, he struck up a conversation with this guy Vinny. We didn't know his name at the time. He was just some guy hanging around there, standing up against the car. So George is like talking to this guy, and then me and my other friends were up on the hill there on Hunt Avenue, and we had some weed, right? But we didn't have any rolling papers. So we see this guy saying, he's like, that guy looks like a smoker. So let's ask him, hey man, you got any papers? Yeah, I got papers. Well, get your ass up here. We got some weed. Come on. So and that's how it started. He came up. We rolled a joint. We smoked. And started talking about music. Turns out we had a lot in common. Turned out he had just moved to the area. He didn't really know anybody on Morris Park. And from then on, me and Vinny were pretty much inseparable. Like, we were best friends, like, from the beginning. And we also had our very first fight that night, too. But that's a story for another video. But anyway, flash forward a little while. It turns out Vinny played guitar, and he was actually very good, and he come from a musical background. His grandfather played music all his life in orchestras and stuff like that, and he, you know, had a lot of musical influences in his life growing up. Vinny, me, I was a music fan, but I didn't really play anything at the time, and then so, you know, we used to hang around in Vinny's room and listen to Black Sabbath records, Deep Purple records, you know, Steppenwolf, Pink Floyd, Zeppelin, you know, all the classic stuff. And we'd be like, and Vinny would be just like jamming along on his guitar and to the music, and I'd just be hanging around, you know, listening and reading the album covers and stuff. And then after a while, I decided, you know, Vinny had a couple of extra guitars in the room, so I would pick one up and just start strumming along, and then I used to break his guitar strings all the time, because I didn't know anything about guitar. I just, you know, wanted to play along with the music that we listened to in his room, and so one day I'm playing on one of his guitars, and I broke a string, and then Vinny got frustrated. He says, you know, James, you know, about time, why don't you go buy your own fucking guitar, you know? Break your own darn strings. So, okay, so that's what I did. I told my mom, you know, I need to buy a guitar, and so I saved some money, went down to Joy Music. There just used to be this music shop on Mars Park, Joy Music. And I went there and I bought a guitar, electric guitar, and took a couple of lessons, but I was mostly just, I wasn't really interested in taking any lessons. I wanted to just, I already messed up this video. Should I start it over, or should I just keep going? Let's just keep going. Alright, so I had this little red electric guitar, and but me and Vinny, we were just hanging around in his room and playing guitar all the time, and not really thinking about playing any bands or anything. We just, like to jam along with the Black Sabbath records and stuff like that. But then, after a little while, we decided that maybe it would be a good idea to start a band. So Vinny knew this guy, Bobby Barbera, and he lived down in Throgs Neck, and he was a good drummer. And so we got together, me, Vinny, and Bobby. We got together, and we also found this other guy, Anthony. He played a little bass, and this guy, Danny, and he sang. And we got together in Throgs Neck in somebody's basement. I don't even remember. And we used to just jam out a lot, and we learned like Louie Louie and Wild Thing, and a couple of like very simple songs, but we used to just jam around a lot and just try to come up with mostly original material. Ever from the very beginning, we were all about mostly playing originals. But we did learn a few covers back in the beginning, because we were going to be an actual band, 5-piece band. But long story short, Anthony left. He decided that he wasn't really into it. Danny went to join some Iron Maiden tribute band, and I don't know, that didn't really work out for him, but I don't know. So it turned out then it was just me, Vinny, and Bobby as a trio, and then I'm just going through this really quick backstory about how this all got started. So, me, Vinny, and Bobby, we used to jam out a lot, and we were getting pretty freaking tight, and we had some good original songs. But at the time, I was playing rhythm guitar, Vinny was on lead guitar, and Bobby was on drums, and we didn't really, I don't really remember us having a lot of vocals at the time or singing. We were just mostly just trying to get the music, down, and but then eventually it was, I thought it would be a good idea for, me to switch over to bass. It just made more sense than bringing someone else, another bass player into the band who was probably just going to end up leaving anyway. So we decided, let's just keep it a trio, power trio, Pretty cool, right? So I switched over to bass, Vinny on lead guitar, Bobby on drums. We used to go to the studios all the time. East Coast Studio used to be over there on, Sackett Avenue. And then there was Music Unlimited on White Plains Road. So we used to go there and just, like once a week or so, and just go jam, in the practice rooms over there and jam. And it was pretty cool, and it was really, really good. And we used to make a lot of tapes and stuff, and it was really, one time we actually met Grim Reaper. The band Grim Reaper came in to the studio where we were at East Coast, and we were in Studio B, and Grim Reaper came in, and they were very, very, very cool, we were just kids, and they came in, and we were like, wow, Grim Reaper, see you in hell, I got your CD, I got your album, and there were no CDs at the time, it was cassettes and LPs, but, they were very nice to us, and they even came in at one time, and they were looking in on us, and even asked us to lower it a little, because they were trying to record something in Studio A, and we were in Studio B, making a lot of racket, on our instruments, and it was really cool meeting them. But so anyway, we used to jam out a lot, and then eventually we had a falling out with Bobby. the drummer, so he was out, and me and Vinny, we replaced him with a drum machine. Back in like what, it was our 88 and 89, we decided, let's just we'll get a drum machine and we'll do it that way. And we programmed the drum parts on that, and then so it turned out it went from a 5-piece to a power trio to just me and Vinny and a drum machine. And eventually we didn't even really use the drum machines that much anymore. We just did everything on bass and guitar and vocals, and we'd write lyrics and come up with songs and tapes. And then a lot of our friends were forming bands and playing gigs and stuff like that. But we decided that we were going to do something different. That instead of getting another drummer and everything and trying to go out and play gigs, let's just focus on making the best songs that we could come up with, original music, and we're going to record everything on tapes, and we were going to be strictly a studio-based music duo, just the two of us and our 4-track machines and tape players, and recording our music and doing overdubs and making tapes. And we did that, and we made a lot of tapes over the years of our original songs, a couple of covers, and there, once in a while we'd throw in, we'd do a couple of Black Sabbath or Merciful Fate or something like that. But it was mostly working on our own songs and making tapes and playing them for our friends. And we did play for live for friends, like if we're hanging around somebody's house and at a party, and we'd play a couple of songs and stuff like that. But we weren't a live band, is what I'm saying. We were just a music duo, and we made a lot of cool tapes over the years. Most of them, they got destroyed, or taped over, or just lost, or warped, or we, record something and got misplaced or whatever. So a lot of those, all those old tapes from the 80s and 90s, none of them exist anymore. But yeah, I mean, we made a lot of tapes over the years, and that's what we were, a music duo, studio-based, I guess, home-based music duo. Didn't play any gigs really, except for parties with our friends, or hanging around on Pelham Parkway, or going to the park and hanging around, smoking a little weed, playing a little guitar. And that's what we were. We took it seriously, but not we were never thought of ourselves as professional musicians. We liked to rock and roll, and we liked to play, and it was a lot of fun. Kept us out of trouble for the most part. So that's what we did for many, many years, just on and off, getting together, jamming, playing music together, making tapes. Just mostly for our own enjoyment, and to play for our friends and family, and it was a lot of fun. So flash forward a few years to what year was it? I'm trying to remember. Around 1997 or 98 was when Vinny decided he was going to move to Ohio. For his own personal reasons that we don't need to talk about here, but it was just, he wanted to just start over out there in Ohio. He had family out there, so he moved to Ohio, and that was it. That was the end of me and Vinny's music duo. Now, I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves. Back in the very, very beginning, when we first got together, we had all kinds of different crazy names. Volume Control, Mad Axes, Mystic Crypt, crazy different names. But then eventually we decided, let's just call it what we are, Cancro Mandola Project, So that's it. That's how we became the Cancro Mandola Project. We had all kinds of different band names, but then when we decided we weren't really a band, we're just a music duo, so let's just use our names. forget about trying to come up with a cool, band name. Let's just be who we are. So that's why we came up with the Cancro Mendola Project. We had all kinds of names, but it kind of seems silly to have a band name when we're not even a band, So on our tapes, we decided just to call it the Cancro Mendola Project. But anyway, so Vinny moved to Ohio, and then we didn't play again together anymore after that for a long time. And then until about 2007, I went out there and we decided to jam again for a few days. I hung out and we jammed in his basement, and we made some really cool tapes. And we jammed on some old songs, and which eventually turned into this box set that I created out of it. Pretty cool. So anyway, what happened? 2019, Vinny Cancro passed away. He was sick for a little while and died. And it hurts. It still hurts to this day. He was my best friend, my brother. And in 2019, like I said, he died. And then I wanted to find a way to honor my friend and our what we did together musically, tried to do anyway. So I created this channel, the Cancro Mendola Project Video Channel, CMP channel, in order to put these CDs, the music on this box set, online. Just as a way to have a legacy, so that what we did, it's out there, it's online. We weren't the greatest musicians in the world, but we were definitely original, and we were definitely, Vinny was an amazing guitar player, and he made me a better bass player just by trying to keep up with him. He definitely had his own sound, and he could have been, a great player in a band, but it's not what we wanted. We didn't want to be in a band. We just wanted to get together, a couple of friends getting together, playing music together for ourselves, and that's what we did. And we made a lot of tapes, but thankfully, we recorded a lot of stuff. So we had enough that to make some CDs. Well, after Vinny died, I took the cassettes that we had recorded in 2007 in Ohio, and I made this box set of CDs. They're all out of order here. And I decided to take the CDs and put them online the best I could. I don't have a lot of fancy recording equipment and stuff like that. So I just, makeshift way, best I could of getting the music of our CDs onto YouTube, so that if anybody wants to find it and listen to it, they can. I hope people find it, they enjoy it. There's some good stuff on there, there's some really crappy stuff on there, but it's there. For anyone who wants to listen to it, who wants to find it. So this is the box set, the CD collection that I created out of our demo tapes, basically. Just, some demo tapes, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little flustered. I don't know, it's sad, because I really miss my friend a lot, and that's why I created this channel, to have a way to put the music that me and my friend Vinny created online for anyone who might happen to come across it and maybe enjoy listening to a little bit of it. And if nobody else enjoys it other than myself, then that's fine too, because you know, if anything happens to these CDs, which is the only these are the only ones in existence of me and Vinny's music, at least I have a way of accessing the music on YouTube. But so anyway, that's it. That's why the Cancro Mandola Project video channel exists. Just basically as a way of that I wanted to pay tribute to my deceased friend, and just as a way of having access to the music for myself in case anything happened to my CDs, or if I didn't have a CD player. This way I could just go on YouTube and listen to what we did. And hopefully other people will come across it, because it's original music, and it's kind of eclectic and wild music and different, but some of it is really, really good. And there's some ballads on there, and some bluesy stuff, and some really heavy, crazy stuff. And but here's the thing, I really don't have anything left to post. Everything that I could possibly put on that channel, other than a couple of solo songs that Vinny did on some solo CDs, I want to add on there. But it's pretty much you know, there's really nothing much to do on this channel. So this video is basically me just saying that this is probably going to be the end of this probably be one of the very last things that I post on the Cancro Mandola Project video channel. Is this video, and like I said, I have a couple of Vinny's solo CDs that I want to choose a couple of songs to put on there, just to round it out, and then that's it. That'll be and then there really won't be much more activity on this channel other than me coming on there, and if anyone finds it and finds our videos and listens to them, then that'll be great. But that's really it. I don't have anything scripted for this video. I'm just talking and rambling and trying to, you know, explain a little bit why I created the Cancro Mandola Project video channel, and what it is, and why it's I'm going to be moving on from this channel and creating a new channel, which is going to be more of a podcast type of thing. It's not gonna be music videos really. There might be a little bit of like bass solos and a little bit of me, you know, playing a little of playing music a little bit, but it won't be like strictly music videos. It'll be mostly a podcast. Me talking about, you know, different topics, and so that's going to be coming up soon. So look for that, and thank you for tuning in and subscribing, and I hope you enjoy the music and the videos that are posted on this channel. And I appreciate any comments and likes and subscribers, and click on for notifications and things like that. So like I said, this is probably the last time I'll be speaking like this on this channel. And I'm going to post a couple of videos of Vinny's solo material very soon. A couple of his really good songs that I have of his that deserve to be put on this channel. And then I'm going to be moving on to create a different channel altogether. So it'll be somewhat music related, but not quite. It'll be mostly a talk show. So I hope that turns out well. And so that's it. Thank you. And don't know what else to say here, so signing off now. Thank you.